This is a 225 Q&A practice test. Plaintiff attorney, Mr. Andrews, capital Andrews. Defense attorney, Ms. MS period Perez, capital Perez. And we'll start with defense attorney. Ready? Did you have any other duties besides the ones you've just described here? No, that was all. And what was your salary? He would give me a percentage a month. What was your percentage a month? About $2,100 a month. So you were making $2,100 a month. Is this correct? Yes. Were you paid on a commission? No. And how many hours did you work per day? Honestly, I don't remember, but I started at midnight until the early hours of the day. Did you work more or less than 5 hours? A little bit more than 5, like 5. Yeah, 5. Did you work more or less than 10 hours? No. So did you work less than 10 hours but more than 5 hours? When there was a lot of work, I worked more than 5, but most of the time, no, 5. Did you work part-time or full-time? Well, I call it full-time because it was every day. How many hours, how many days per week did you work for Ron Sanchez? 7 days a week. While you worked for him, did you ever work 8 hours a day at any time within the 7 days that you worked? Normally with him, yeah, some days. Did you have health insurance there through the company? No. Why did you stop working there? He just told me that I couldn't continue with him, that's all. Who told you this? My boss, Ron Sanchez. Yes. And why did he tell you that? Because maybe he was not trusting me, thought that I couldn't keep the job that was his. Can we please take a break? I would like to speak with my client. Sure, we're off the record. Why would he think that? Because the owners knew me, so he thought you couldn't keep the job there at Hanson Cleaning Service because I already knew the work and he thought that they were going to offer it to me. Were you working for another employer at that time at the same time you were working? No, I'm trying to understand what your testimony is. You said that Mr. Sanchez told you that you couldn't work there because you couldn't keep the job. Is this? Well, that's what I understand. There was no other reason. Mr. Rios, did Mr. Sanchez tell you that you had to choose between 2 jobs, between Hanson Cleaning Service and Harry's Restaurant? Yes, he told me that because I applied for that restaurant and he didn't like that I could do both jobs. So you were working for 2 different employers? Not at that moment. When did you apply to work for Harry's Restaurant? Around March of 2013. Can we take a short break? Sure. Okay, we'll go off the record for a 5-minute break. Okay, back on the record. The time is now 11:28 a.m. Thank you. But honestly, I'm not very clear about the dates. Mr. Rios, did you stop working voluntarily at Ron Sanchez, or did he terminate your employment there? No, he fired me. Now going back to your employment with Dennis, I'm sorry, Harry's Restaurant. You indicated earlier in your testimony that you weren't injured at this employment. Is that correct? At that place? Yes. Now your employment with Harry's Restaurant, have you ever told any of your co-workers that you had a back injury while working for Harry's Restaurant? Not to my boss, but to my co-workers. Your friends that work with you? Yes, my co-workers at Harry's Restaurant. Yes. So were you injured then at Harry's Restaurant? Well, not now, but that I'm working there, but that happened when I was working for Ron Sanchez, going to your employment with Ron Sanchez for Hanson Cleaning Services. Did you ever have any injuries working with him? Yes, honestly, yes. And how did you injure yourself? I slipped in one of the mats on the floor mats and I fell with the grill with the ovens in my hands. So you slipped on the floor mat. When was that? Please give me the day and time if possible that happened. Honestly, I don't remember the day. You can give me your best estimate as far as a month and year. The month, the year, not exactly. I don't want to say something that I'm not sure. Were there any witnesses? No. So how did you slip on a floor mat? What were you doing at the time? I was moving them from the grill to the place where I wash them. Moving what to the grill? The metals where you have the meat, where you do the meat. I was moving those and I was taking those to the back. That's when I slipped. Did you report the injury? No. Why didn't you report the injury? Because I didn't want to stop working. I was afraid. Now you're alleging that you slipped on a floor mat. What symptoms did you feel at that time? I couldn't even get up. I couldn't take the pain in my knees. Did you have pain in both knees? No, only in my right knee. When you slipped, did you fall on the floor? Yes, the metals fell on top of me. On which part of your body did the metals fall? Mostly on my leg here On my knee. On which knee? Right knee. Did you seek any medical treatment after that injury? No. Did you request any medical treatment from your employer? No. Did you continue to work? Yes. Did you take any time off as a result of that injury? No. After you slipped on the floor mat, did you feel that you were able to physically continue working? How long after, counsel? I'm asking you to clarify the question. What do you mean, counselor? You said after the accident you feel that you were able to physically continue working. How long after are you talking about? Now, Mr. Rios, when you fell, you said you couldn't get up. Is that correct? For a while, yes, I couldn't even walk. So did you call out for emergency? Did you call out for help? No. It was in the early hours of the morning and I needed to finish the work. Did you? How long did it take you to get up? If I can recall, 35 minutes. I had to put ice in my knee. Where did you get the ice? From the machines that we have in the kitchen. So after that, you got up and you continued to work that same day. Is that correct? Yes. Now, did you feel that you were able to continue working for the rest of that week? All right, the word list. We have Ron Sanchez, capital R-O-N, new word, capital S-A-N-C-H-E-Z. Mr. Rios, capital R-I-O-S. Harry's Restaurant, capital H-A-R-R-Y, apostrophe S, and a capital R on restaurant. Hanson Cleaning Service, capital H-A-N-S-O-N, new word, capital C-L-E-A-N-I-N-G, new word, capital S-E-R-V-I-C-E. And that's it for the word list, and that will conclude our 225 Q&A practice test.